Slowly walking through the town docks, the only sound breaking his thoughts would be the ever-constant rainfall hitting the boards before him. A door swings open to hear the sound of music and laughter with a savory smell of a home-cooked meal waiting to be had inside. Reading the sign of Loden's Food Bowl. Sliding in before the door can shut again, the short and stout, well-dressed, green-skinned man removes his cloak from his face to see a few of the patrons are playing instruments in a slowly found harmony. A couple off to the corner sits and taps along to the music while eating a meal. Across the well-kept floor is a worn bar with a woman of pointed ears polishing a whiskey glass, as the window behind her shows a kitchen display as the busy half-orc cooks away. Beside the hearth is a white-coat dire wolf, laying down, idly wagging its tail as it watches the room. Sitting at the bar is a halfling, well-dressed, and a human wearing an apron, talking back and forth over a stack of papers. Standing at the door front would be our first Bellini de Genie.
I am immediately enamored with the dog. And make a beeline to the lady without asking, be like, can I pet your dog as I'm petting the dog?
Dart over and just start petting this dire wolf. It is twice, maybe 3 times the size of you. You pet, and eventually from your petting you do feel a collar, and looking down at its tag, you do see this is Loden of Loden's Food Bowl. Smiling over, you see the bartender glance over and go, "Oh, that's fine. He's a people person." Well, as you can tell from the bar built for him.
I'm a people person. I'm just gonna hang out here for a good half hour, hang out with your dog. He seems really chill.
Perfect. Can I get you a food or drink, lad?
I'll take both.
Yes. It'll be up in about 5 minutes.
Perfect. I was just gonna say, hey, you got any, bandit types in the area?
Well, Mayor over here is discussing that, but not that I know of yet. He's planning on saying something soon.
Perfect. I'm gonna just hang out with the dog then.
Of course. As this conversation mulls around, you do hear the sounds of a horse trotting through the muffled streets, followed by a figure walking away from the stables. The door swings slowly open as to not draw attention. Stepping through, a gnome hides his face as he scans the room, darting his gaze back and forth as though he looking for someone. After a clear scan of the room is done, you see his shoulders relax as he finally removes his cloaks. The tender looks up from pouring the drink for Bellini and meets his eyes with a warm smile. "Hello, love. Long days and warm nights. Shall I pour you a pint?"
I'm going to approach the bar as I nod yes, and then I'm gonna ask how much for the drink.
This one would be just a copper, nothing large. Do you plan to stay the night?
I do believe so, yes.
Aye, you here for the cookout, yeah?
It's what drew me to this town, so yeah.
Perfect. That's planned to be in about 2 days, so it's not happening yet, but you're always welcome here. This is Loden's Food Bowl. Over in the corner beside the little one is Loden himself, the dire wolf. Any food or anything for you?
I'm good on food, but do you know if there's perhaps any leads for work? Something I can do?
Leads for work, actually. Speaking to the man right over there, and she gestures to the well-dressed halfling, who is mulling over papers with the man in the apron. He would probably be the best one you talk to in terms of what would you like to do for work. That's the mayor himself.
Right. In terms of what I would like to do for work, anything really. As long as I can help and maybe get a little bit of payment out of it.
You sound like you're just our type. We'll let you get that food and we'll get you anything else.
What's your mayor's name? Sorry, I don't believe I caught
that. Sorry, that would be Bartle Merritt.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, of course. And as she leaves you to your thoughts and lets you get back to doing what you're doing, the humble door swings open one more time as the chime of a bell rings happily. This broad frame of an elf who has seen the years come and go strides through with a large shield and a full bag on his back. Welcoming seats can be found anywhere he would like. The smell of food and an unfamiliar sound of humble banter fills his ears. It's been months since he had seen the inside of a town, and it was obviously welcoming all the same though. Him living nearby, it would be the time near the festival, and this would be welcoming our elven friend, Polly.
Polly kind of frantically goes up to the barkeep. Yes!
I
Yes! No, listen, I need your help or somebody's help. Who can help me? They came from every side and direction and they chased me out of my home. You know how important homes are to folks, and I am much too old to be moving again. I certainly can't be bothered doing any of that again, so you've got to help me. Unless you want me sleeping on the floor in here every day, which I'm sure I can assure you don't want. I'll drink all the ale, and I certainly won't be of any help cleaning, so you may as well help me.
Of course, calm down. Let's bring it down a couple yards. Now, who came at all around?
Oh, you know the things with, they had legs, lots of legs, and eyes. Lot of eyes, and it was big, and it had long arms and talons, and it was crazy. It was just wild. And
are you talking about are spiders taking over your home, lad?
No, it was like a spider. It was not a spider. It was much taller than a spider. It had 2 legs and 2 arms, and it had, eyes and claws.
Of course.
It was blue, I think. Or maybe it wasn't.
Just
sort of a weird night for me all in all, but
just take
I
some
think it was blue.
Take some deep breaths, sir. I understand whatever was very frightening. I understand. We'll get you a food and drink. You're welcome to stay here for the night.
Oh, I thank you. Bless you, dear little heart.
We'll get you sorted out, and as this is all stammering, the door swings wildly open as a man twice the size of any other slams onto the ground in front, sliding in. Though this man may be twice the size, he is half the number of legs, laying flat on the stomach. The music slides to a stop, and the attention is on the door. The halfling that was originally daunting over the stack of papers jumps from his chair and goes, "Hello, friend. Seems that you're a little lost for leg. The name was Badril Market, Mayor of Etchel. Here, let me help you up." And as much as he is not able to lift you as high, he still puts all the effort in carrying you back up, introducing our half-giant Fedwin.
So Fedwin comes in, dragging himself on the floor, completely unaware that the mayor was there or speaking to him, singing a song. Dragging myself on the ground, scanning the room for seedy people, looking for the twat who took my leg. My name's Fedwin, and I'm disabled.
Fedwin, can someone get this man some blankets? He's obviously cold. The blue skin.
And he's now trying to help you up, just frantically, just trying everything to be helpful.
Who said that?
No, that's the beast. He took my home. You give me my home back, beast. I'd recognize you anywhere with your blue skin and your tallness.
Lad, before you get yourself too confused, I don't see any talons. And you said 2 legs.
No, that's right. Show me your hands again.
I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, boy. Down here.
And there's now this halfling is tugging at, your hanging pant leg.
Well, you don't look seedy.
Well, no, I'm just asking if you need anything for help.
Mate, I'm looking for the seediest people in this town. The real riff-raff of society. Who would take a disabled man's leg? That is truly the lowest of the low.
I know just the type. They took my home as well. Who takes an old folks' home? And, person?
Stealing from the disabled and the senile? What kind of town does this? I am truly disgusted in the behavior of the people here. Old man, where's your home? Who took your home?
I don't know. He looks a lot like you, but not so.
Was it the blue man?
Yes.
You know where the blue man lives?
He was blue.
I've been looking for the blue man for years.
Really? Well, have I found him?
And so the mayor kind of cuts you off and is now looking concerned, and he steps up on a chair so that he can be at least chest height with Fedwin to join this conversation.
He goes, well, this all kind of adds up. It's rough to say, but some of the cooks who were supposed to come into town for the cook-off, they never made it past through the final checkpoint. They made it through the 3rd one, and the 2nd one, and the 4th one, and the 5th one. But this here,
Those are a lot of chick points, mate.
you have no idea how important this cook-off is. Anyways, with all of this being said, they haven't shown up, and they should have been here days ago. Anyways, with all this, bandits make sense. Now, I can't offer coin to help you get your house back, and I can't offer coin to help you get your leg back, though it looks like your leg's been gone longer than what we've been talking about.
Well, mate, it's been gone for a couple of days, but it's if you're talking about the guy in green that you're seeing here, no, that's been perpetual since I lost me leg. Yeah, no, that's pretty much a perma-infection.
Yes, well, what I'm trying to say is, it sounds like we all have a common goal here. If we all work together and are able to find these bandits, we'll find our cooks, we'll find our carriage, you'll get your house, and you'll get your leg.
Who would want live cooks?
Could I point something out? I can see the big one being helpful, but you're a little
Yes.
The senile
No.
one makes a point. The senile one makes a point.
not the largest of
Well-
the... Is there anybody else? is
Yeah,
what
you
I'm
know what,
trying to
mate,
get-
you-
Not to be rude.
You
can,
seem
of
alright,
course.
but
I'm gonna walk up at this point, and I'm gonna say, well, if you need any help, I'll be willing to offer my services for a price, of course.
wow, this guy's seedy. What do you think, senile old man?
I'm with you on that one. What's your price, young man?
Let's not worry about price right now. I may be not my prime anymore, but I am the mayor of this town.
And he kind of like fixes his coat and tries to suck in whatever belly he had, because you have definitely just taken a hit at his pride.
But I used to be a fighter, but the town needs me more than you folk.
No, of course, mayor, very prestigious role. I would never say anything, but you're not the fighting sort, I'm sure. And
any more? I held my own back in my day.
no, I'm sure you did before, you shrunk.
Hey, Mr. Tough Little Mayor, where'd you see? Did you see where these bandits went? Do you have any sort of thing to really contribute to this?
I'm just an intellectual connecting dots. I didn't see bandits, but people are missing, legs are
right,
missing.
so you neither have any strength nor do you have any intel. I'm gonna start talking to this little man over here, the one that's slightly taller than yourself. Little man, what's your name?
Well, you can just call me Gregor.
Gregor. Now you seem like darkness incarnate. Do you know where these people might have gone? Have you seen anything shady as you hang out in the shadows, you little gremlin?
Well, as the mayor said, they didn't make it past the last checkpoint.
Somebody's listening.
I think our best bet would be to start at the... what is it, the 5th or 6th checkpoint, and then make our way closer to town and try to pick up a trail.
I live out in the woods. Why don't you tell me where this last checkpoint was? And maybe I live close to
we're
there.
listening to the mayor again? Is this what I hear?
What I heard was a
I
very...
don't agree with the tall one that you don't have anything to contribute. I'm just saying you're much too busy, running this place.
Yeah, the mayor really talks a lot, and the little one just gave us the call notes of what we really needed here. So...
You may be tall, but I can tell you're young. You might want to learn how to talk to authority figures from such an elder as this one. You respect the elders.
Precisely. Must show your elders respect. Now you show this young man some respect.
I agree with the
mean-
senile old man. Show me some respect.
Anyways,
Yes,
what I was
yes,
going to
respect
say is
all
I could
around.
help I'm offering coin and a stay to save the crooks as well as find everything else.
Well, of course I'll do anything for a place to stay.
Oh, you know what? You could stay with me and my ex-girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend anymore. We've had the talk.
You can't live with an ex-girlfriend.
Well, she's giving me...
And you certainly can't invite
She's
strange
giving me...
men over.
She's
What do you
giving
think
me
I
board
will
in
do
her
with
stall.
her?
She's very open to having other people over. There's a lot of space.
I'm sorry, her stall? Is she some kind of merchant here?
Yeah, something like that.
Look,
And the mayor like puts his hands up, guarding everyone, just kind of like a signal of authority. Like,
what I'm saying is, after the 6th checkpoint, to answer your question, it is just before this little path that leads to a cave where we do some of our mining at times. In that cave, it might be. We haven't done
Not my
mining in there
cave.
for years now, but it's what I like to reference as.
My cave. I can assure you, I do not live in a mine. That would be
I thought you
absurd.
said you lost your home. Have you been sleeping in a cave?
How dare you mine in my cave? Have I not made this perfectly clear?
Mr. Mayor, you are severely bothering this senior citizen. I must ask you to leave this conversation because you have very much upset this
No,
fragile
Talon,
woman.
you know what?
Anyways,
I can
the last
forgive him.
checkpoint's about an hour's walk from town. They went through that one, but they didn't make it here. That's the best I can give you.
Hey, Mayor. Everyone probably notices that I've somehow made it into the circle of conversation, but also with the wolf, just like beside me, still like kind of petting him. If I don't know, give you a piece of paper and a pen, can you give us the rough directions to this
it's
cave?
Clearly my cave. Not sure why he thinks it's his. Been living there for over 40 years. I'll show you where it is.
I said the cave, old man.
Show some respect.
Well,
Not
yes,
anyone's cave.
Of course.
and he like goes over to a stack of papers and he finds a clear one. And now he's just kind of like writing up contracts because for the most part, he feels like we're all on the same page that he's going to pay you to get these people and can bring them back. And so he writes up this contract with a rough direction, and he sets it all out in front and goes,
Well, if you sign these, you'll be in a contract with the city, which means that, as here I have legislated, 30 gold, a week's worth in this inn, as well as food and drink for the next few nights until the festival.
Food is a pretty great payment method. What are your thoughts, new friends? And I see there's a little greener, tinier friend that we haven't met before. That I haven't met before.
It's fine. I heard the word bandit. I am
And what's
now
your name,
involved.
little squirrel?
Just don't worry about it. Also, can a mayor just, Mr. Mayor, can you actually just
son,
give
could you
us
speak up?
rent
Did
at an
you
inn?
say your
This is
name
a
was
different-
Bellini DeWeedy?
Bellini DeGenie.
DeGenie.
DeGenie. Close enough. Just call me Bellini.
Got it, kid.
You were saying, Bellini. By the way, Mayor Bratton, nice to meet you.
Oh, neat.
Has anyone even from this town? Is this even the actual mayor?
That's actually a fair question.
Can I just like look into the crowd and just
You know
like
what? This mayor's starting to
anyone
sound,
wanna answer
shadier
that?
and seedier by the minute. I have no way to confirm nor deny if this is the
so
actual
the
mayor.
bartender leans over the counter, just kind of like to pipe in a little, and goes, well, yes, lad, that is our mayor. I've known him since, well, I was a wee lass, and he's been mayor as long as I've known him.
The bartender's in cahoots with this mayor.
But also, you're just totally good with him giving us rent for a week?
Well, yes, generally that's something we offer, is for people who help our town. It's been doing this for a while now. And then as this conversation, random patrons were like,
Yeah, that's the mayor. I voted for him last year. We're a democracy.
Sounds fantastic. As long as we get those damn things out of my cave, I'll be happy enough. But I'll take the 30 gold and the stay at your lovely inn regardless.
Mayor, could you send the gold to my ex? It's kind of nice of her for letting me stay and all, and I think I'd like to help out with the rent.
Well, you said she lived here, yes?
Yeah, on Sunnybrook Farms.
Sunnybrook. Oh, I know the Sunnybrooks. I will send it right there anyways. Which one am I making it out to? You said girlfriend, so that would be, which one? What was his daughter's name again?
She's only renting. She's not one of the farmers' daughters.
is she
Don't get that confused.
She's a farmhand then.
She's just renting. She's taking up space there.
Oh, is she
her
a-
name's Naira.
Naira.
Just make out the money to Naira. They know who to give it to. And I'll see her probably sometime later.
Yes, of course. Do you want me to deliver it to Naira? I can just bring it over later.
Oh, yes. They'd be around. Her room number is 404.
For room number. They number the. Is he staying in the stables?
Yeah,
Oh,
cheap rent. Why wouldn't you?
I guess you have a point. Yes, of course. 404. For Naira. Understood.
And what if there's an error and 404 could not be found?
I I don't. I don't think there should be an arrow. It's very easy to find 404. It's.
I hear 404 just gets lost all the time.
My point is, you can't
Same.
lose Naira, not with a thick ass like she has.
Of course, of course. Well, since it's all settled, I just need you to sign these contracts, and you're welcome to carry on your way.
So I can't write.
I'll sign for you, big man.
I dip my hand in ink
What's your
and then put
name?
it on the paper.
Fidwin Harmony Vest.
How do you spell that?
I do not know how to spell that.
I'll just scribble something and then be like, all done. There you go.
I'm just gonna sign like an X on my contract.
Oh, adventure is very
And as he like doesn't finish the sentence and just scrolls it up and walks away. Now, you're more than welcome to. Hey, I know it's not too late in the day, but you're more than welcome to stay the night and start tomorrow if you'd like. Gives you some time to talk if you want, or you can leave now. It's only an hour's out. It all depends on what you're feeling.
Approximately what time of day?
Yeah.
Is it?
So you all walked in. It's probably around like mid-afternoon, so the sun's probably gonna set in the next like 5 hours.
So, we were all getting day drunk while I'm like walking around with also a plate of food.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't drinking, so.
Nice. Oh, Bellini 100% was.
I'm gonna say to these folks, well, if they're bandits, then we're gonna want the element of surprise. If we strike at night, we might be able to take them all out and rescue the cooks before they can strike back.
I just wanted to confirm, weird spider thing and bandits in the same cave or different caves?
Yes. No.
what
So,
do-
from what I understand, the bandits are in cahoots with the spider thing that took my home from me, and they are all in my cave. Can you believe them?
Do spider things eat people?
Of course.
Only the small
You
ones.
think I would run away from something that doesn't eat a person? Do I look cowardly to you?
I'm just wondering if this is a time-sensitive issue.
Well, I would personally like my leg back because I've been dragging myself from Sunnybrook Farms all the way around town looking for my leg and the city people who took it. So I'd like to have it back as soon as possible. So I agree with little Gregor that we should go find out who these bandits are, who this blue man is, or this spider. I just say we should go now.
Sounds good.
All right, so so I'm assuming you all like take your time to finish the food that you've gotten. So I'll say like a half hour goes by. You guys are all fully like you're full, you're content, you're happy to move on. It does take probably about an extra hour to get there if you're keeping pace with Fedwin as he is hobbling.
Leave them behind. The slow do not deserve to.
By the way, I don't have a crutch. Fedwin is literally like dragging himself.
No. What you could do is you can stack Bellini and Gregor on top of each other.
Oh yeah, you could.
You can be your other leg, just like.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, just Bellini hanging onto the gangrene. It's perfect.
But he matches it.
Deeply
It's like
uncomfortable.
absorbing like all onto him.
Bellini's become one with Fedwin, I say.
You have to like.
Hello, new part of me.
It's not what I meant by some bonding time before everything, but okay. So yeah, you start heading down the path, and this town is very like one road, so it's a shoreside town, so it's one entrance, one exit, except for boatway. So you're just walking back up the path that you came from, and following the map. There is a bit of familiarity to Polly with your cave, but you do know there are a couple different caves, so you realize the mining cave was not your cave, but your cave was the one that was being attacked by spiders, as you put it, or the blue man.
The Blue Man Group attacked.
As you're walking, though, you do realize it's a little hard to track properly just with all the rainfall. It's just the road is filled with puddles, so any kind of tracks is kind of washed away. As you're kind of looking around, you eventually find that there is a carriage with a broken wheel. It is empty, and the lockbox is broken open. It wasn't just popped open, it was broken open.
Classic Spider-Man move.
Got that right.
I'm gonna.
A box of what? Sorry, this is a carriage with a box in the carriage, and the box is open?
Carriages generally on the back had almost like a trunk back in the day, and it was a lockbox, so it's where you put your valuable things. And the lock was broken on it, and it's propped open.
Okay. Well, I say the smallest go in to take a look, and I take Bellini in my fist, and I just shove him into the box.
I think while people were like looking at everything, I was already crawling all over this thing without any respect for whatever potential danger there might be in there.
I'm gonna pull out my dagger and I'm gonna like slowly approach the box.
I'm just like hopping on it.
I
So
will
yeah,
just
as you-
stand back and watch the rest of them risk their lives on this clearly empty box.
I'm like throwing things out of the cart as I'm going through it all. Like, oh, a blanket. Oh, some old food. Hey, a left shoe. Why not?
No right shoe, just a left one.
Just the left.
As you're going through, you do see this was a stagecoach, so it had nice velvet seats, some storage. It seems though it was hastily like taken out. There are a couple different suitcases left there. There's a couple different things that you probably would have taken if you remember, but in a quick rush, it looks like they grabbed what they could and they started going. So it seems this place was left quickly.
Now, mates, this might be a hasty conclusion, but I think this might be where this is the evidence that was left after the cooks were attacked.
I would be inclined to agree. Perhaps.
Do I find food?
Yeah, I was never the sharpest crayon at the school, but I think this might be it. I think we should follow maybe a trail of carnage. Maybe there's blood. Maybe there's food. Maybe there's cook remains somewhere.
You might be on to something.
Yeah, no. So send me up to my full height. Maybe I can see where this went. And I look at Gregor, and I'm kind of like insinuating and like lift up my gangrenous leg. Because like at that level, like he pretty much, if he lifted it up properly, he would be a proper prosthetic height.
I'm gonna like, Gregor's gonna pull out those weird, large farm animal vet gloves that like go all the way down to like your shoulder. Put them on. And like lift Edwin's leg.
Okay. I'm scanning. What do I say?
Can you roll me a perception, Fedwin?
Would you call Theo's propping him up a help?
7.
7? You see that it's raining, you're near a broken stagecoach, and they left quickly.
Do I find food? Can I look
Yeah,
for food?
so you look...
Could I try...
Go on, Polly.
Oh, just gonna ask if I could try tracking perhaps footsteps leaving the carriage.
Yes, you can.
So I rolled a nat 20 for looking for food. Do I find food?
Yeah, so you find what looks to be like cooking supplies. So there's more proof that this would be where the cooks were. So you even find like old knife sets, like very well kept, embroidered names. This is like all the materials a cook would bring to a cookout. So materials they wanted to use, various foods. So you find like very elegant raw food materials.
I just find the biggest block of cheese and start munching on it.
So yeah, you find like a nice like soft cheese, very well wrapped, and you just tear into it.
Hey, I wish I had food to put in my mouth to do this right, but imagine me all filled with food. Hey guys, so cooks definitely from here. Let's just go to, I don't know, drag body lines or something. Anyone see blood?
Hey, Polly?
Yes?
You have a massive nose due to age, time, and you're just ravaged by how you look.
Damn right, tall one. What are you implying?
Well, I imagine with such a large nose and such disfigured features that you might be able to smell where these cooks were taken based off the scent of the cart. Sniff, Polly, sniff! Down there at the lower levels.
So yeah, can you roll me a survival for that?
5.
So yeah, as Fedwin is now like chanting him to sniff, I'm guessing you like give him a push of encouragement and just force him into the mud. And...
Yeah, I just like use my good leg while Gregor like supports my weight on the bad leg, and I kick him down.
I feel my spine compress.
Easy, big fella. I don't think I can smell them. They've been gone.
Maybe you have to
Too
get a good
long
amount of
for
mud
that.
up your nose.
No.
Would you like to try again, Polly?
No. I would like to try looking for the tracks.
I've already done
Fairly
that,
muddy,
mate. There's no
so-
need. I have a bird's eye view. There, no need.
I'll just give it
Back in
another
the mud
shot,
you
know.
go! And he kicks his face down to the mud again.
I would like to try and evade
Yeah, so
Fedwin and get out of his
We'll
reach.
say, yeah, like, not even to roll for it. You just deftly, like, get out of your way just enough. Now you are leaning your stump leg into Gregor, and your other foot is half a foot into the mud, so you're just kiltered on a bad leg.
You know what? It looks like we're gonna have to choose a direction. Gregor, northwards.
Roll survival for me, Bedwin.
2.
You point south.
I'm gonna look around for any broken branches in the surrounding area that we did not come from. Like,
Gregor, where are you going? You were my support!
Alright, so Polly and Gregor, do you both want to roll me perception, please? Or, sorry, survival.
I would just also like. I would also like to ask, in my looking for food, do I see a breadcrumb trail, perhaps?
16.
16, and sorry, Polly, yours was?
14.
Okay, so yeah, you two together, you eventually are able to see, like, in the direction of the hastily, like, packed up caravan, there's various, like, frayed fabrics, broken twigs, and it looks like there were multiple of them. So in this stagecoach, from the information you found from the mayor and the contract, is that there were only 3 cooks missing, as well as the actual coach driver. So 4 people in total, but it looks like they were running, and the tracks are a little more matted down, that it'd probably be closer to 6 or 7 people. Potentially, there are more people in that direction, but you have found where it leads, and it does lead toward the caves.
Interesting. Gregor, good fellow, do you perhaps see that there might be more people here than there were supposed to be? Perhaps this mayor is not as smart as he thinks
Well,
he is.
if you think about it, these are supposed to be really well-renowned cooks. It would be very surprising if they just decided to run off. I think they were possibly hijacked and then taken somewhere, either to be killed or for ransom later. So it would make sense if some bandits took them.
I see. What you're saying is extra footprints are from the bandits.
I would believe so. And the lack of talon marks means it's probably not your fabled blue man.
Excuse me. I can assure you he is not fabled. He is very real and quite frightening.
I can concur. Terrifying. Blue man, not a fan. Not a fan at all.
I'm just stuffing my pockets filled with all of the food that I can grab from whatever pantry's on the cart.
So yeah, you have various, like, breads and vegetables and some, like, salted meats and a bunch of cheese. And, yes, Fedwin?
Are the cart wheels still moving? Like, are they broken or can they still move?
So one of the wheels is broken, but the other 3 are fine.
Okay, I think that'll be Fedwin's crutch. He's gonna kind of like use it like a skateboard that he hugs and just pushes off with his good leg.
Wait, what?
Fedwin
Yeah.
hugs the cart and then he pushes off of it on his good leg, thereby propelling himself.
Can we get some engineering drawings of this? Or...
Yeah, the size of that just doesn't line up at all.
Because
think
the way
it's
I
a
thought
bit
it...
like this, like an old
Yeah.
western one.
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I get it, but
and Fedwin's 12
more-
feet tall.
Yeah, more so like the ones you've seen in where it's the full cart and like benches on both sides. So it's very too large for you to push like a skateboard, Fedwin.
Damn it.
I was thinking like that. Like, he lays down flat, and then he, like...
Paddles his way.
That's what I thought. I don't know.
And not to add, you guys are about to start going toward like through a forest. The cart's not gonna like be able to traverse the path.
Yes.
Yes, Bellini?
can whatever the horses were attached to, the yoke bit, that's a sturdy and long piece of wood, probably, right?
Correct.
Can we make that into a makeshift
Crutch.
Crutch. That's the word.
You 100% could.
I like motion to Gregor, be like, hey, just so you don't have to keep carrying the big guy, how about we make this into a thing, and then we like tag team make this into a crutch.
Cool. Can either of you roll me survival
Oh, my
with
survival's
advantage?
So bad.
With advantage.
Yeah, Gregor, do it.
Yes.
Nat 20.
Cool. So, Fedwin, as you're spending this time trying to figure out the best way to get the gnarliest push with this new skateboard carriage, you glance around to see that Gregor is kind of like using the damp wood from the days of rain to actually warp it into like a crutch shape and meets the other sides and ties it together. Even gives like a little padding so that when it goes under the armpit, like, this is comfortable. A couple of times walks over, measures you out, brings it back, and this is the most pristine crutch you have ever seen. There's like weight distribution so it doesn't sink into the mud. You are able to walk at, I'd say, at least 3/4 speed.
What can I say? I got 100% in shop class. Like,
The lady's helping is just...
It's too nice.
put like black on it. You know?
Why couldn't people like the mayor be as kind as you?
You know, now that I'm reflecting on it, I feel like we may have been a little too hard on the mayor. You know, after all, he's not the adventuring sort.
I don't know, still a seedy character in my mind, but you know what I've learned? You can't judge people based off the way they look. This Gregor, he looks seedy, but look at him, he was more hospitable than anyone I've ever met.
Thank you.
And Fedwin starts hobbling very quickly in the direction of south.
Yes, you go.
No, we're going
Yeah, you
this
quickly
way.
and distrately just start rushing the opposite direction you should be.
And since Polly told me he was going the wrong
Yep.
way, he turns it around.
So,
Me and Gregor tag teaming that was Gregor building it and me just like handing him snacks from my pocket as he goes and builds it.
so with all that, you have found where you need to go and start heading toward there, and as you probably get about a half hour into it, like into the woods, you do start to hear the shuffling of trees and the muttering of voices. As you're getting a little closer, you start to see that there's actually about 50 feet ahead of you 3 people searching the woods. This is near where the cave is, by Polly's knowledge.
Wait, do they see us?
From what you can tell, they haven't seen you quite yet.
I'm gonna like stop moving, and I'm gonna like motion everyone to like just also stop.
Okay.
And then
I
in
think
a
he
hushed
wants high
voice-
fives.
I high five him. I high five him so crisply.
Fidwin attempts to high five him as well.
And
I get hit in the side of the head, and I just go flying through the woods.
are you trying to high five stealthily, or
I'm gonna do my best to like dodge it. So
We
that it
matched
doesn't
the
make a
effort of
noise.
Gregor's warning. We tried to match the effort with the high fives.
gotcha?
That sounds like
Oh,
a
no.
crisp high five.
That's like a crisp high five.
Yeah. So
It ripples like the trees are like.
yeah. So as this rainfall is kind of clouding your sight and your sound, through the breaking of this is just the sound of water droplet to a, and it just echoes through the trees. Like you see birds leave the trees, and all of a sudden these 3 men.
See, man, the trick is looking at the elbow.
And as this happens, and you're now explaining this, you hear 3. Oi, you goes there.
That's when I'm gonna draw my bow.
Hi, I'm Bellini.
I'm gonna say quietly, stay here, don't make a sound. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Gregor,
I'm gonna,
are you
like,
telling us
stealth.
that we need to be stealthy?
Yes, Fedwin, I am.
Say no more. I understand completely.
Oh, for the
No
love of God,
problem.
why?
I don't want anything to do with anybody who took my cave.
Oi, whoever's in there, you might as well come out. You gave yourself away.
No, I didn't.
Wait.
You gave yourselves away.
I whisper to everyone, shut up, and then I bring Polly, because he was the only one actually talking with me, and I'm like, hi, we're here to look at this cave. We're landowners, we're trying to see if we want to buy this property.
Yes. Bye.
This cave's part of the freemen. You don't buy it. It's a cave.
Oh, so we could just have it then.
No,
Yeah.
we're taking the cave. We'll
Well,
see.
so
No,
wait, you can
just
take it, but we
said
can't?
That it's part for free men. I am a free person, and I
this
would
is-
like the cave. That makes it mine.
Look, it's the middle of the forest. What are you doing out here?
Looking at potential property.
Looking for caves. What are you doing out here?
You may be looking for caves, but you might find yourself some troubles if you don't turn around.
Buddy, I am willing to pay you probably more than you think for this cave. We can tash this out. We'll get some lawyers involved. This will be a fantastic deal for you.
Roll persuasion for me.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a question.
Uh.
Is it my cave, or is it just another cave?
They are standing in front of your cave.
That is 19.
Oh, well, if you see here, this is a nice property. You're gonna have to pay a pretty coin to be able to convince me to let you find this cave and not find trouble.
Oh, of course I know it's a nice cave. It's my cave,
No, we
and
won't.
you had no right to take
No.
it.
Sir,
We're willing to pay, but we do need to see the property first. You know, vet the whole cave.
no, can't
I've
do.
seen the cave. I don't need to see it. I
No,
just want
can't-
it back.
Can't do.
You're our cave expert. You're here to judge it with me.
Roll deception.
Again, absolutely.
As this is happening, I'm assuming we can, like, Fedwin and I can see.
Yeah, you are
These.
hearing, and I rolled a 1 on insight, so
I got an 18.
cool. So he's like, yeah, well, as much as that's true, and I mean, cave experts, it'd be good for selling caves. Boss man told me we can't let nobodies in, we can't let nobodies out. There had some weird.
500 gold for a cave, and you're not willing to let us walk in?
You didn't tell me the number, sir. This is a negotiation. I'll do 400 final offer.
That's not how negotiations work.
Look,
Absolutely
So at
on
this
the
point,
table.
can I tell that these are the bandits?
yeah, you can tell these are hired people in here, and they weren't probably paid much. Like they are not the intelligent kind from what you're hearing in this conversation.
I've got an idea. How about I will give you one of the things from my bag of treasures, and you leave.
Well, what you got in the bag?
Oh, you know, lots of treasures.
What kind of treasures?
The best kind.
Oh,
It's like one of the dentist office
Each
things,
piece
like
is-
toothbrushes.
Very dear to me. And irreplaceable. Priceless in value. You
priceless.
know, the finest kind of treasure.
Roll persuasion.
Can I
Priceless because it's garbage.
can I message Fedwin and Gregor and also say, hey, if this negotiation doesn't let us get into the cave, how about you guys sneak up in a way that you can just attack these noobs and we can keep going?
Gregor, I hear the
Can we
squirrel
respond to them?
talking inside my
Yeah,
head.
so you, sitting in this, just hiding in this bush, hear a voice ping inside your head, familiar to Bellini, though Bellini is having a conversation with these two men standing outside. And anyway,
Gregor, are you hearing the squirrel's voice in your head?
I am. Do I recognize this kind of magic?
roll Arcana for me. And also, Polly, what'd you get for persuasion?
5.
No, sorry, sir. I like the 400 gold. And yes, Gregor?
Okay.
I rolled an
How
18.
about this?
Yeah, so you recognize this, one of the quick tricks that you were taught back when you were being trained as a rogue, as something called message. It's a cantrip that not many people know.
Right. I'm gonna say to Fedwin, from what I remember, this is something called message. We can actually respond. So
And
I'm
how
gonna
does
say
one do that?
you just kind of, from my technique, is I picture the face of the person who sent it, and then I picture myself throwing the words at them.
I cannot visualize words as I do not know how to read or write. The only book in our library in my old tribe town was a picture book, and it was about animal fornication. So there wasn't much to be said.
Then just tell me what you wish to say, and I guess I'll send it. And what do you mean there wasn't a lot to see?
So Thomas,
There's a lot of
is
animals
it
out
daytime or nighttime?
By now the sun is setting, but since it's raining, it's fairly dark.
Okay, second question. These are humans by the table, right?
By
Sorry, humans by... I'm guessing they have a fire or something?
they're
It's a
literally
cave, right?
standing in the dark outside of the cave, like looking for stuff.
Oh, fully in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm Fedwin looks to Grega and says, "Sorry, Grega, didn't mean to cut you off. How well do you see in the dark?"
Excellently, actually.
Yeah, you know what? I do too. We got an elf friend, and we've got the little squirrel. Don't know how well squirrels see in the dark, but I say we wait till it gets dark enough. And then we forcibly take the cave.
I couldn't agree more.
So anyway,
Now, can you throw those intricate words that I just said to the squirrel?
Yeah.
Just throw those words. I imagine
So then
they
I'm
are
gonna
heaps of
think
letters
to,
long.
yeah. So
to Bellini. These people can't see in the dark like we can. We are gonna wait until night, and then we're going to strike and take the cave by force.
Gotcha! And then I would like to continue to distract them as negotiating and like pacing around. I'm assuming that me and Polly and those two are like walking around, and I'm gonna try to like have them positioned so like Scooby-Doo styles, when it hits the right time, they just come out from a bush and bop them on the head.
Yeah. So what it sounds like, the squirrel was negotiating with the humans. So tell him to keep it up. Keep it up until it's dark.
Well, I can't respond until he sends another one.
Ah, is that how this black magic works? Okay.
Got it! Hey, Gregor, I got it!
What is it?
No, I got the plan. We're good.
Wow,
Okay.
that went over your head. Ever been with young people?
Polly, they completely no interest in your bag of tricks. You didn't sell it enough with that 5.
I've got another offer for you. I happen to have some wonderful, fine animal pelts that I'm sure you could sell for far more than 400 gold, as I can assure you they're the finest, genuine fur pelts in all the land.
I would like to hype man this. I would like to be like, let me tell you about these pelts. They have been well known across the land. They are the rarest and primoest of pelts. Let me show you.
Okay. Can you roll me persuasion with advantage, please, Polly?
12?
I rolled another nat 1. This dice is going in the corner. Well, look, you got some nice pelts, as you make some great offers, but at the end of the day, I got me orders from my boss. He told me nobody's in, nobody's out. And that means we can't go in, you can't go out. So, I'm down to sell you all this for some mighty fine pelts. But
No. I can assure you that was never the deal.
Open house no right now.
Just to be clear, you said we can only go in and you can't come out. What was the verbiage
No,
you used there exactly?
He said that he could not go in, and that
Okay.
we could not go out.
So
from
we
what
have
I
to be in there.
understand- Yes, that's what he just said.
So we like
Really?
just start walking into the cave. We'll just be in here then. You
And-
can't go out.
And he like stops you before you walk through. And he goes, "No, boss man said we saw the cooks run this way. We heard noise in that cave, and that means cooks are in the cave. and we were told to wait in case they come out. And
Who
so,
is your boss, after all? Anybody I would know? You know, I used to live in these parts.
well, we just call him Captain. He told us to always just call him Captain, so we know him as Captain.
Could you
Captain
describe
Crunch.
this captain fellow to me?
He's tall, mostly. He beats me when I'm mad. He's Captain.
Wild guy.
Is it dark yet?
It is dark. Like, this conversation is, like, in the midst of rainfall.
I'm just like, hey, Gregor, you guys gonna hit him in the head soon? We're just kind of stalling here.
At that moment, I'm gonna release an arrow from my bow into the back of this man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa there, friend. What are you doing there?
Rolled a hit. This is a sneak attack, and it'll be considered a surprise round.
Do I get advantage or no?
No, that's...
I'm not sure how advantage would work. Okay. That's gonna be a 22 to hit.
You definitely hit. Roll damage plus your sneak attack.
All right. So that's gonna be 2d6 total. 2 plus 4 is 6.
So you fire off this arrow from the wood, and you just hear like a fukump. And as you see it more kind of glances off of his arm and sticks in the tree beside him. He looks at his arm, and then back at the arrow, and you see him slowly mentally connecting the dots. Way too long goes by as he's connecting these things.
Does Fedwin also attack?
Yes, you all have it. This is your surprise round. You are able to attack now.
Okay, I have a question. So how many guys in total are there? Just 2, you said,
Just
right?
two. Just two standing outside.
I got an 11 to attack.
12 to attack.
12 defender wins.
But I think instead of attacking, I'm just like really hamming up how I speak to try to draw their attention away from behind them.
Fedwin, what did you roll to hit?
Oh, a 5. Yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, no, so like
Is there any kind of modifier? Sorry, is there any kind of modifier supposed to add to that?
your attack bonus plus your proficiency.
Oh, right,
So
this is attack to
probably
hit, right?
strength
Yes.
and proficiency.
Yeah. Oh,
To hit.
sugar me. Sugar my breast.
I'm just trying to picture how that would work.
Well, you know how like they do like the powdered sugar for French toast? It's just kind of like that.
10!
It still doesn't hit.
Yeah, okay, that was...
So yeah, an arrow grazes off his arm and sticks in the tree beside you. And now he kind of mentally, wait, you're not trying to buy a house. You're trying to steal a cave.
We're not stealing it. You're the thieves. It's my cave.
Everyone roll initiative, please.
Natural 20 plus 4.
No fucking, I got an at 22.
I got 19.
Y'all are
Like,
cheating.
natural
I got a
19.
15, so.
That's the second at 20 of this game.
So, did you add your dex mod?
I did not. So for initiative, it's what?
Your dex modifier.
21.
Cool. Bellini, what's your total as well?
Oh, I guess 23.
I got a 24.
Cool. So, Theo, you are up.
Yay. In that case, I'm going to stab him with my short sword.
Okay, so you're gonna jump out of the bush and stab him.
Yes.
You'll get advantage because this is considered flanking.
This guy took really long to piece it together.
Yeah, like it took a lot longer than it should have. You saw the process of like the arrow hit him. He looked at his now bloody arm, looked at the arrow, looked at you guys, looked at the arrow, and then like silent beat went by, and then it was like, hey!
All right, so that's a 9. Oh, sorry, 15 plus 6, so 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Because I'm flanking, does that give me sneak attack?
He is not paying attention to you, so yes.
All right.
Are you hitting the one that you hit before?
Yeah. So I got a 1, and then a 2, plus 4, 7.
As you have had all these things firing out, the arrow, he is now still in the mental process of figuring out. And just as he gets out that like, hey, a sword goes through his throat, and it's more of a hill, and now he's just dead weight hanging from your
Yay.
blade. The other guy looking beside, he's starting to freak out. He's connected it just after that beat too, but it is now Bellini's turn.
I would first like to yell at him and just be like, do you know someone named Grinny?
What? No, in passing, it's good times.
And then I would just like to also yell at everyone. Okay, wait! Don't completely kill this guy. I want to know about that. And then I'm magic missile this motherfucker. So that's a 4, that's a 2, and that's a 2. 8 plus 3 is 11.
So yeah, as soon as you're like, wait, I want this one alive, you just knock him unconscious.
And then I just look at my hands and like, fuck! Why does this keep happening?
No, I got it. You look away. I will say a small prayer, and hopefully he won't die.
Hopefully.
I'm gonna do spare the dying on him.
And then he just breathes like 30 seconds later, and he is now like conscious. He's not awake, but he is like stable.
Can we slap him awake?
Yes.
Buddy, wake up!
Whoa, what happened?
I motion to everyone to like get behind me as like an intimidating group. I want to know everything you know about Grinny, and also whatever the hell's in that cave. There's cooks or something?
Okay, well, what do you want to know about Grinny?
Last known whereabouts is probably the only thing that matters.
Last I heard, Grinny was going to hang out in Cherrytown. This where our favorite bar is.
What's it called?
Yeah, that would help.
Oh, yeah. That's the Salty Salmon. Is a favorite bar. They do this one thing and you wouldn't get it.
I wouldn't get food?
There's this one guy, he comes in, it's like, you had to be there.
I look at Polly, I'm like, spare the dying, does it matter? Like, if he's back up, is he still stabilized if I knock him back out again? Because I want to hit him.
No. All I did was say, a little prayer for the man.
I do the like the stop short of his face, and then I'm like, shut up, and just like smarten up for like 5 minutes.
Is your fist not the size of an acorn?
I just took him out in one hit. I'm sure he's a little bit shook.
Can you roll either intimidation or performance?
Oh, okay, which one's better? They're both the same. 14 plus 4. Is it 4? I think it's 4. Yeah, because it's charisma. 18.
So yeah, like as you like stop your fist, you're like, okay, whoa, didn't even see it hit me the last time. Just take it easy. I'm just telling you about Grinny. That's what you wanted.
How long ago was that? Was that like a week ago? A year ago? How relevant is this?
Well, at the time she was traveling that way, but and like too long of a pause goes by, and it was about a month ago. But Grinny usually likes to hang out there. That's Grinny.
And then I tag whoever's closest to me. I like tag him. I just hit them on the shoulder. I'm like, all right, I got what I need. You're up. Who's closest to me? Who did I do that to?
Yeah, who would be next in initiative?
Next in the initiative would be Fedwin or Polly, but you guys are out of initiative. Like you ended combat in a round.
Yay! We did it.
All right. Also, tell us about this cave. Like, who's in there?
Yes, I already told you, the cooks ran in. We lost him in the woods, but then we heard noises in the cave that was all like rustle, rustle, rustle. And we were like, oh, that might be cooks. So Captain went in there, and he hasn't come out yet, but he said, hey boys, don't you let anyone in or out. And we was like, you got it, Captain.
I think we've gathered as much as we can possibly get from this man. I don't think he can store more information. We should just go.
I think you're right. I suppose.
Yeah, let's dispose of him and get into the cave. And I draw my dagger.
I thought I was selling a cave. Are you buying the cave or not?
I look at Fedwin and I say, can you just shake him unconscious like a baby?
Shaking people till they fall asleep is my specialty.
No, wait.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
we could
no,
just
no, no.
tie him up, Leave him.
Do you listen or are you just shaking him?
Fedwin listened to Bellini.
So yeah, like shaking him ravagely, just back and forth. They're hearing like until it's just like a silent flopping of a body back and forth.
There we go, we fell asleep.
And so yeah, like by rant knowledge, like he's not dead. He probably just like whatever 2 brain cells were left are just like freaking out enough that he went to sleep.
So you said there's a blue man in this cave.
That's right. best go in there.
Guys, I have a little bit of news to tell you all. If this is indeed the Blue Man, then this is my dad, everyone. And I might cry. Because I've never really had a relationship with my dad. I've only ever seen him from afar. And this is a big moment for me.
I take off my tuxedo jacket and I hand it to her, and I'm like, "For if you cry," and just like it's probably a handkerchief sized thing.
Thanks, little man. Thank you, little squirrel. I didn't know squirrels wore clothing, but I know now that squirrels wear tuxedos.
Exclusively.
Well, with that, you all best go into the cave.
Oh, you're coming, right?
No, I'm coming. It's just, I think you should go first. I'm very familiar with the cave, so don't really need to see it again.
But it's, your familiarity with the location is...
Yes, no, I'll tell you where to go. I'll just, I think I should stand in the back.
Fedwin would like to try to pick up Polly.
I'm gonna say because you're walking with a crutch, you're not gonna be able to pick him up.
Oh, yeah. Even with one hand?
Even with one hand, it'd just be, very difficult to, Remember,
One
Polly
arm?
is a full-grown elf wearing armor, holding a full bag, and has a shield on his back.
Right. Heavy.
I would like to pull out some rope out of my bag, look at the unconscious guy, and be like, "Do we tie him up, or do I tie it to Polly so that we know if he's still with us in the cave, like a leash?"
No, I promise I'm coming. I just think that you all...
I start attaching it to Polly's belt.
You know what, mate? Since this is my dad, I think it's only proper that I go in by myself fast and,
No, because it will definitely eat you. And then I won't have my cave, so...
From my understanding, my only risk is being raped. So, I am gonna go inside the cave.
That was not at all the vibe I got when I met this blue man.
Well, the blue man that I know is infamous for rape.
And how exactly do you
Are
know
you
that?
suggesting that I am not attractive enough to be raped?
No, I think, you know what, time has ravaged your face horribly. However, I don't think the blue man would discriminate. A nice tight bum might
So clearly,
entice him.
either it was not your dad, or you're lying.
Or you're lying. You said this was the blue man.
It is a blue person thing.
Well, if this is my dad, then I'm coming into that cave. I hope you're all coming with me.
All right. I have a question. Should we bring the unconscious one as bait? So we don't.
Well, I'm out of rope because I've tied it to your
Alright.
belt.
You know what? I do think an unconscious man in front of us all would be a good idea. Yeah.
At the very least, your dad could rape him instead
Yeah,
of
rape
us.
the unconscious body as soon as he realizes it's not fighting back. We all have a chance to run, and we fight outside.
Exactly.
More space.
Wow.
So the big fellow will carry the unconscious man, and I will walk in the back behind.
Probably
all
the
of
unconscious
you.
man will be sheathed over his large phallic penis. But we still will have a chance to run.
So what's the plan, guys?
I hop on a Polly's shoulder. I'm like, screw the rope. I'm just gonna hang out on you.
I think we should throw the unconscious body ahead of us
Like,
into
intermittently.
the cave, and then if said body gets chewed up or raped, we all have a chance to run.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree.
But we have it on a rope, so we can kind of bring the body back on
No, we
every
do is
time.
we pull it and then just, and then get close enough, wrap it up again, and
Just a person mace.
So, let me get this straight. You're
Wait. I think if we throw it, we'll kill him. So probably shouldn't do
spare the
that.
dying every time we throw them.
oh god.
This is definitely against the convention, just saying.
There are no
Really more of a
rules.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
So what's the plan, guys? What is our final decision? Because you're...
Fine. I will lead us in to the death trap, and we can all die together from your
Polly,
dad.
You are one brave soul. And might I add, everyone, that Dad is at least 3 times taller than myself. So let's all be careful.
I don't think he'd fit in the
He's
cave.
36 feet tall.
How tall was the thing I saw?
What you saw was shorter than Fedwin, taller than you.
Okay. Just saying. I assumed you were a little tall for, someone of your heritage.
I am from the mountains, yes?
Yeah, I don't think the blue man is quite as tall as you.
Perhaps my father was crawling on all fours. That is
Sure.
something I have seen in the mountains before.
So you have seen him.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
at times.
I mean, don't be so cryptic about that, maybe.
So, as you are entering the cave, you do see that there are, like, claw marks matching the description that Polly has given with the large talons, but inconsistently. So, like, there'll be footprints, which are just 2 large talons leading to a base, but the footprints are inconsistent even in, like, their weight. So it'll be a heavy heel and then no toe will exist, or there will be steps where it just, like, blips out completely as though, like, it's not fully walking in place or it's moving to different locations, but the tracks are following one path leading into this cave.
This one's got a weird footstep.
Or
If that's you, Dad, please come out. We have a sacrifice
Daddy, come
for
out.
you.
Daddy!
So as you're just screaming
Dead.
your way through this cave, you move deeper. Polly, what's weird to you is when you left this cave, it was only a matter of maybe a day or 2 ago. It is covered in thick webs. Can everyone roll me perception?
ooh, nat 1.
That's a 1.
I got a 5.
16.
You guys are just so bewildered by the webs, but Polly, you trying to figure out everything, you actually see the flicker of this figure, and it's not like it's moving quickly, it's as though it was there and then you blinked and it was kind of shuddering back and forth. It's just gone, but the webs are there. The webs are solid, they're there, but they're too thick to be regular spider webs.
There it is! I saw it! Everybody, there!
Senile old man, have you had your nap for the day?
I can assure you, I only need 2 naps a day, and I've had both of mine, so there's no need to be patronizing towards me.
But where you are pointing, I do not see anything.
Yeah, I agree with Fed when there's nothing there.
Well, I can assure you, there's absolutely nothing wrong with my eyes. I have perfect eyesight, and it was definitely there.
So as this happens, you keep going in deeper. Eventually, the webs do get thick to a point where it's surrounding to a point, almost making like a nest. And deeper, eventually you do see that there are 3 bundled up in thick web, what would look to be large humanoid figures. Like just wrapped in web, as though something bundled them up in that way.
I would like to use Mage Hand to slightly open one, if at all possible.
As soon as your mage hand gets the web and it tears it open, you see a human face. Like there's a human bundled up inside this web.
I would like to use Mage Hand to slap him awake.
That must be the cook.
And so you slap him awake and you're, "Bah! Where are we?"
I also use the Mage Hand to shush his lips and shh, don't yell, but also tell us what you know about what's this situation. What the fuck is
We
happening?
were running from bandits and then we ran into a cave and we saw a figure and I don't know. We are here.
Alright, I don't want you to panic, but you are either in danger of being eaten or raped.
Depends on how Fedwin's feeling.
You're in my house, and you had no right to be here and set up all of these disgusting webbed blankets that you've put everywhere, and sleeping in them is just absurd.
And can
So-
you,
How comfortable are
everyone
they?
roll me a perception, please?
Oh god.
Oh yeah, that's good. 22.
15.
A 9?
10.
So, as everyone is enamored and you are focused on, obviously, this man just taking a nap in your house, Gregor,
So rude.
you glance up to see
That's me.
multiple, just losing count of small spiders slowly trickling down the sides of the wall, as well as one large one just creeping its way down the front face of the cave behind you.
I'm gonna draw my short sword and I'm gonna say, everyone might wanna turn around and take a quick look at what I'm seeing. I think the old man might be right.
How far away are these moving shapes?
These are just hundreds of spiders, and it is a giant wolf spider hanging down.
Oh no.
Wolf spiders aren't common to this area, so it's very weird to see in this cave.
Oh no. This is not good.
This is
you
all my
have-
fault.
You have an infestation, Polly.
I know. I should have known something
I think
was
this is
wrong
a better
when
job for
there
the
was
exterminator.
first spider.
Can I just start
Someone.
firebolting the spiders? Be like,
No.
ew, gross!
This is where we will all roll initiative.
7.
14.
I'm not rolling very.
I got a 19.
19.
Bellini, as your attention is finally drawn by Theo to all the spiders now slowly gathering around you, and you're ready to cast Fireball, this wolf spider finally gets its feet on the ground and lunges toward you. What is your AC?
Ooh, what is my AC? 12.
Awesome.
Oh no.
Hit me, I want you to hit me.
All right,
Well, which one is he going for right now?
he is going for Bellini,
Alright. This is scary.
and you are taking 11 points of.
Holy shit. I have 15. He almost one hit me.
And can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Bye, Bellini.
Yeah, I'm dead, aren't I? I got a 14, but what do I add to that?
You're good. You pass it. And as it does this, it's now kind of like standing over top of you. But because of your height, you're not like laying on the ground. You're more just like crouched and push it off after it digs its talons into you. Following this, Fedwin, it is your turn.
I have actually 4 javelins on me, so I'd like to javelin the fighter that's on board.
So that'd be a thrown one. So that'll be strength plus proficiency and a d20.
19.
That definitely hits.
That's a 4. I did my best, Bellini.
It's almost killed me.
You see it like sticking now out of its thorax region, kind of reels up in pain, and some of the eyes just dart over at you. It's just an intense stare.
Oh, it's looking at me, it's looking at me, it's looking at me.
All right,
Oh no.
Bellini, it's your turn.
Okay, I get that it just attacked me, but could I try to animal handling this spider? Friend, that is an animal.
Get a healthy one. This one's got, like, bleeding through its thorax.
I'm sure we can fix that, right? I look at Polly. I'm like, Polly, can we fix that?
You know, I can fix almost anything. I think we should focus on
Not dying.
all of the spiders and the Spider-Man attacking us.
By the way, I just want to I don't want to actively try yet. I'm just trying to assess if this thing looks like it would at all be friendly to
It
that.
looks like it's trying to eat you, so
Okay, fine. I will Thunder Wave, because I want to get rid of all these spiders. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot near us.
yeah, you're in a smallish room, and like these spiders are crawling all over the floor. Some are crawling up on you.
Yeah, 100% then. I go, ew, get away! And then I Thunder Wave.
You all need to roll Constitution.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said cast fireball. 15.
8 plus 4, that's 12.
My spell save is 14.
Cool. So
Oh.
the wolf spider and Fedwin are taking full damage.
I'm sorry, Fedwin!
That's alright.
This is one of those instances where, like, you hope for full damage because you want to get rid of the spiders, but also you don't because your friends are there.
So that's a 6 and an 8.
You thunderwave. The wolf spider kind of like lunges toward the wall, just flying from the impact. Just by the way the javelin is sticking out of its thorax, it like impacts in the wall, fully shoveling the javelin through, and it just does the weird spider curl death.
Do I get rid of all the small ones too?
No.
What?
They all saved somehow. It's incredible.
I spend the rest of my turn, i.e. movement, just trying to stomp them, like squish the little ones.
They are just very quickly skittering around, moving past, and just you're not really landing any hits on them.
Damage or none?
You'll be taking half the damage and you won't be moved.
7?
I feel bad about that.
So we take 7 damage. Got it.
With this, you did clear like a perfect cone of where you are. You watch them kind of like land on the webs and shake on the webs and start to slowly crawl back at a very quick velocity now. And Theo, what is your AC?
Oh no. 15.
That does hit, and that is 13 damage as these spiders just kind of like swarm and climb up, and you just all the little bites underneath your clothing just nipping at you.
Cool. I'm unconscious, by the way.
Really?
Yep, I had 11 hit points left.
Wait, you only have 11 hit points?
After Bellini hit me with that thunderwave.
I am super
Right.
sorry.
Cool. Okay, Polly, you're
How
up.
close is Theo to me?
Theo is, with the marching order you guys had, Theo is probably about 5 to 10 feet away from you. It's close enough for you to get to.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do spare the dying on the. This is hard. How close is the big spider? The big.
The big spider is dead. It is the little ones are the ones that are crawling around.
And what about
Yeah.
the weird spider man thing? What's that?
That one you haven't seen since it flickered.
Oh, that wasn't even the big bad Spider-Man. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought he was in the mix. Uh-oh.
I was like, we got him. We did it.
I will do cure wounds for Theo.
Oh.
That's my dice. I don't need dice. I don't need that.
All right.
Dice. I need to check what dice. Sorry.
I think it's a D.
Was not expecting anyone to go down that quickly, so I did not.
My
have it
apologies.
It was a group effort between Bellini
I
and
also
Whose
feel
team are you
bad.
on?
I forgot AoE hurts everyone.
2 plus 3 is 5.
Am I revived by 5?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm not dead yet.
I think that's all I can do.
No, that was a bonus action to cure, you said?
No, cure wounds is a full action.
So, as you've cast this, in the corner, you see that large creature you were talking about. It's just flickering in and out of existence. You even see the web slacking and bouncing as it's just kind of like glitching in and out of existence. And it takes this deep lunge, and just before it's jumping at your face, it disappears again, and it's like the weight just was gone. You felt the pressure of its breath just disappear off your face.
Oh boy. Dude, everyone saw that, right? Please, someone tell me you saw that.
Thomas, did we see that?
Yes, you all saw that. Like, this is a large creature.
Oh, he's back. You know, maybe we should just leave.
It's definitely not my did. I don't know why I'm here. Does this thing have my leg? I don't know why spiders or that thing would have taken my leg.
Can you also roll me perception, Fedwin?
Okay, so that's a nat 1. Plus 1 is 2.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I'm worried
Oh,
about nothing.
no.
I'm in a cave full of spiders.
It is your turn, though, Fedwin.
Okay, so there's like those little spiders everywhere, right? Like that's the main enemy right now?
Yeah, it is just a swarm of spiders crawling around, currently on top of Theo.
Okay. Is there any liquids around me?
There's some, like, water at the mouth of the cave, and there's a few, like, different alcoves where water is pooled inside the cave.
Okay, can I go to one of those alcoves really quick and dunk my cape into it and soak it up?
Sure.
Okay, can I then run back to the little spiders
Yes.
and cover them in the cape, thereby drowning them under the weight and the lack of oxygen under the cape?
That's smart. As you lay this blanket down, you watch as they just, like, instinctively, like, constantly be fluttering out from under this cloth.
Well,
We-
fuck.
We
I'm
should
just
be trying to
imagining
hit
one
these,
of them
right?
like lifting it up and like guiding all the other ones out. He's like, go, 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 evacuate. There's like little alarm bells like ringing.
I now have a very dirty cape, and I'm gonna just put that back on.
As this wet, soaked cape is just over your shoulders. And, Bellini, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna quickly talk to, just like yell to everyone and be like, hey, so what's the plan? Grab the people and book it, or fight the stuff in here?
Well, now he does make a good point. Why we are stepping on spiders when we can just grab the people that we were looking for, get the money,
And go.
and leave. And I don't see my leg anywhere here. So
Okay. So, in that case,
Polly, do a quick check to see if he can spot the leg anywhere.
Sure, I'm assuming in like your travels, at one point, Fed, when you probably mentioned that this is a stump, right? Like this is a
Yeah.
tree. There's
but
probably
it's
some.
a sentimental stump. It's not just any old stump.
Well, yes, but I'm assuming there's like some kind of way to be like, yeah, that one's mine.
Yeah, it's got some of Tethev's blood on it.
yeah, very obvious for anyone who doesn't know that person to identify by.
Well, that's what they used to do back in the old days before, you know, like those machines for testing your blood and DNA. They're just like, yep, that's his blood. Blood
Yep.
used to be different colors.
Cool. So yeah, roll me perception, please.
10.
There are the three bundled with the one man who was just like freaking out, like waking up and passing back out just from fear, wrapped in this cocoon with only his face exposed, as like spiders are crawling over his face, and there's the other two laying beside, like still unconscious from what you're guessing. There is a fourth one hanging above with just decapitated, and there is in fact a long log with some very identifying blood on it as you look, and it's a clothing similar to what would have been the other bandits.
Oh, so all the other bandits are dead?
Tall fellow, I think it's up there.
Oh, well, would you look at that? That would be my leg. Well, once we get that down, we'll grab the cooks and we'll never speak of this place again because fuck, there are spiders everywhere. I really don't think you should be living here anymore, Polly.
Now you see why I left.
What would you like to do, Bellini?
Because of all the spiders.
Okay.
Not a thunder wave, anything but a thunder wave.
No. I'm gonna run up to the guy who's like waking up and passing out, and I would like to
Stab him in the heart.
rip off the rest of the web, bonus action, mage hand, and pull down the fucking other webbing. Can I do that?
Yeah, I'll say that'll take your full action to get those two uncovered.
Sweet. Are they at all unconscious still? Or, like, are they still unconscious? Or is me jostling them, waking them up?
The one that you woke up is like actually getting up. The other one is gasping for air and now breathing.
So the guy who's fully up, I yell at and be like, get the fucking third guy and let's book it!
And as you say this, that flickering figure is now standing in the doorway, still flickering in and out, more consistently grabbing in a physical form.
Oh, it's that Spider King.
Yes, the large blue figure.
Oh, that's not dead either. Oh boy.
And it's still flickering in and out of existence. And as you're watching, you see kind of even the footprints are still matching. So you'll watch as like a footprint will fade in and out depending on where he was walking. His stride will change, just fizzling in back and forth.
I should have been attacking the spider, shouldn't I?
Well, whose turn is it right now?
It is the swarm of spiders' turn.
Oh, yay.
And it kind of starts moving toward this large creature as like these large spiders are crawling all over its torso, and like you're watching spiders like fall off the weight as it like flickers in and out, so you can tell it's just not in a physical existence when it's not turning invisible, it's disappearing.
Well, the thing appears to be having difficulty holding domain in our dimension.
Maybe he's friendly.
Yeah, if it doesn't belong here, I'm all about that. Send it back where it came from, but dead because it's gross.
Yeah, and then I could live in my cave again. Assuming it takes all these spider webs with it.
There you
Damn
go.
things.
The homeless man gets his cave.
As you're kind of piecing this together, it doesn't make sense though, because like other planes don't exist. Those are just stories. Like these creatures don't exist, and yet it's standing in front of you somehow, walking in some way.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it's from here. It'll.
Spider-Man learned invisibility!
That's one way of putting it.
Theo, it is your turn.
Ooh, okay. So are all the cooks de-webbed?
Yes, you see that they're kind of rushing to get themselves up. They're waking each other up. They're not going to be useful for a fight, but they are awake.
Not useful for a fight. Ever heard of sacrifices?
I'm going to draw my bow and shoot at the spooky Spider-Man.
Wait, what if hitting him with a real thing grounds him in this reality?
Well, what's a risk I'm willing to
We
take?
should do some calculated science experiments.
Cut off a hand and see if it flickers in and out of existence first.
13.
13, that just barely... That hits the swarm of spiders that's crawling all over it.
Okay, so I hit the spiders at least.
You see, yeah, they're almost acting like in conjunction, kind of melded to that area.
4 plus 4, 8 damage.
As this happens, you do watch, as it's taking damage, it's acting as a shield for this creature.
If it's killing multiple spiders, is it like a skewer of spiders? Just like 80 on this one arrow?
Yes. Don't question. That's plutonium. Following that would be Polly. You are up.
I'm gonna cast Bane on the scary Spider-Man.
How charismatic is this monster?
It probably couldn't get anything from a bar, even in its world. And what is the DC?
13?
I rolled a 13, but it has a -1 to charisma.
Huzzah!
Excelsior.
we out here, guys.
You watch as like it's now more in a physical form, like it's walking with less of a stride though. It's as if something like, as you can tell, like whatever you threw at it, it took effect.
Okay.
All right,
Yes.
Fedwin, you are up.
Okay. From how far am I away from the creature?
It is walking at a steady, slow pace. You're probably about 15 feet away from it.
All right. Fedwin is no stranger to conversation. Ye old Spider-Man.
Really?
Hear me speak? Where you from, mate? Why the bother to fight? Why you, eating the cooks?
See, here's the thing. I would think Fedwin would have, like, advantage on anything to do with these kinds of things. He sounds like he's from Australia. Everything there is already trying to kill them. He should have, like... He should just know
He
this.
is from an
you know?
intense environment.
Although, he is New Zealand?
He is New Zealand.
Kiwi.
Oh, is he
He's supposed
Kiwi?
to be New Zealand, but I'm probably botching both accents as I mix what I don't
I
understand.
don't know the difference, to be honest. I'm sorry for anyone who is a Kiwi or from Australia. Or wait, is calling someone from New Zealand
I don't know if it's derogatory, but I don't think so.
I get the impression they don't
Us
get
as
very
all of,
offended by stuff.
as we are all Canadians, we collectively say sorry.
We all have forehead tattoos that say sorry.
As you talk to this thing, like, you can tell that whatever you were trying to say to it, it doesn't understand it at all. There's a language barrier.
All right.
Oh, it speaks French!
Perhaps
Oh,
that
would
does
make
make sense, but
yeah.
I unfortunately only took Spanish.
Us.
They're very similar.
Yeah, they're very similar, so maybe
They are.
that'll
They,
help. I don't know.
they most likely are. All right. Okay, one sec.
SOCKS.
Since this is not from our plane, Polly, if I can have your ear as this thing's crawling towards me, do you think an infection from my gangrenous leg, do you think if I smeared that on the beast, which most likely does not have antibodies towards the infection that's on my leg, do you think we can give it a slow death?
You know, it just might work, except for, at the moment, we're really looking for fast death. You know,
But
stab.
I think this is a
Kill,
good
kill.
insurance in case we don't
Oh.
make it. That way, no one else gets taken by the spiders.
An excellent
I think
point.
I'm gonna take my foot
I
goop
do have
and
a quick
smear it on
question.
its face.
What
no,
is the
foot
plane?
goop running at it.
Do you mean like an open field? Because I'm afraid we're in a very small, enclosed cave. That is my home. There is no plane here.
Was your home? It looks like it's theirs now.
Excuse me, young man. Have you never had your home infiltrated by a horde of ferocious spiders.
No, I live in a good neighborhood.
No, I live in the suburbs, so it's pretty quiet. No, of course I haven't. I don't have a home anymore.
Oh, that's unfortunate, mate.
Well,
You're also a hobo.
neither do I, because as you can see,
I did live in
there
the
are
suburbs.
far too many
We've never had
spiders.
this.
I lived in the mountains. How close is this thing to us now?
Finally gets within like a reaching distance, and it reaches its hand back to swing at you, Fedwin.
Hold up. Did I not smear the gangrene on its face?
Would you like to swing to try and smear the gangrene
Yes,
on
I
its
would.
face?
Thank you.
All right, roll to hit, please.
It's like on the axe, so it's still just
Oh,
hitting it.
nat 20! Nat 20!
Woo! Cool. Yeah, you definitely hit. Now, since you're just hitting it with your leg, it's
No,
just
no,
gonna be
not
your
hitting it
strength
with my
mod.
leg. I took my hand and I took the ooze that is coming from the infected part of the leg. So I had the goo in my hand and I'd like to like smear it into whatever sort of like cavities I see in the face, whatever kind of like nasal cavities it appears to have. If there's no nasal cavity, then I put it in the eyes
Cool.
to spread the infection faster.
I just need to.
It's touching its face a lot, so it's probably
It's
gonna get
probably
sick.
gonna get sick.
So yeah, as like this thing is approaching. And can you roll me a d4 plus your strength?
4. Okay, come on. Which is 6.
So yeah, as you shove your hand, like it went to open its mouth like talons to try and bite you, you just shove your hand in there with whatever was glooping off of your leg. As it's like hissing at you, it's like just shoving your hand in its face. You pull it away, it's just more confused and hurt, and just wipes its mouth and just pourquoi, monsieur?
Let's speak French. What is this strange archaic language it speaks?
I don't know, it appears to be some sort of...
ne pas mange legumes.
I don't even know if our human mouths are capable of making such noises.
Can't imagine elves make that sound either.
Bellini, it is your turn as you have witnessed this.
I love it. Well, I guess why not? I witch bolt this thing.
All right, roll to hit.
Oof.
Ooh, that's so bad. Okay. I rolled a 4. What do I add to that? Just spell attack bonus?
Plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay, that might actually work then.
Does Bane give advantage to these creatures, or?
Oh, sorry.
No? Okay.
Bane, if you're doing a saving throw, you just have to subtract 1d4.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, I would have gotten 12.
Roll damage, please.
What, really? Fuck
Yes, really.
Oh, baby. I don't remember which one's the D12. Okay, 6.
So yeah, you strike lightnings on this thing,
And then I'm like, fry, bitch!
and you watch as like the rest of these spiders that were on its body have just kind of like stunned and dropped off of it now. Very like now that the spiders aren't crawling all over it, it's a dark blue with veins running across its chest in different colors and bright and very dark in certain locations. It's almost like it's moving with the light behind it. And with that, it's going to lurch its hand back and try and attack Fedwin.
Thank God it's not.
Yeah, right? I'm at 4. I have 4 HP left.
I'm at 5, man. Like,
No, we got this.
Fedwin, does an 18 hit you?
Yeah.
Barely.
And a 10 doesn't though, right?
No.
Okay.
Wait, is the 18 minus the d4?
No, it is not.
Ooh.
Does a 14 hit you?
My armor class is 14.
So Defender,
Defender
wins.
wins.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So this thing lurches its hand back, wipes its eyes away, looks at you and goes, "Pourquoi, monsieur, je me fous," and tries to swing wide at you as you kind of like stumble.
And then Fedwin blocks it and get out of here with your demonic language!
All right, Theo, you are up, and you are now seeing behind you, like, the cooks are up, and they're ready to just run out of this room.
Perfect. I draw my bow and I fire into the cook. Into the leg, and I'm like, the rest of you, let's go. I'm going to again shoot at the man's.
Okay, roll to hit.
Nope. An 11.
All right. So yeah, as this thing kind of like is blocked and is lurched back, the arrow just grazes past its face and goes out into the open. And with that, Polly, it is your turn.
Draw my sword, and I'm gonna take a good swing at him.
So you charge forward and swing your sword with a grand.
17.
That definitely hits.
10 damage.
Ooh. Just jumping with a ferocity, slashing into this chest. You see that, like, as it opens up, there's more of a green goo that comes out more than blood, as the thing kind of screams in pain.
Get out of my house!
With an anger in its eyes, it looks at you and goes, "No!"
It speaks!
I can't even tell what it's saying.
What a barbaric language that must be.
You know, it sounds like something you spend like a lot of like your early life learning because the law says so, and then like maybe somewhere between like university or something, you take like one more year of it and then you're done. I don't know.
It does
sounds
sound like that kind of language. Yes, Grigga, you are very intuitive.
Have to agree here as well.
All right, and with that, Fedwin.
Ah, okay. So what's the state of this thing in front of me?
It is not on death's door. It's just.
How's Tom Holland?
So it is hurting. Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
He is hurting, but he's not anywhere.
Okay, so I want to take the wet cape off my back. And I want to
No,
wrap
but
it
let her
around the
finish.
thing's head and like soak it and drown it.
No, but
Okay.
let her finish.
So whip it around its head. I imagine it's small and beady. And then kind of squeeze it a little bit so that the waters come out and then drown it.
Roll. Can you roll me an opposed strength check just to try and get the cloth around its face?
So that's a d20 plus what?
D20 plus strength.
3 plus 18, so that's 21.
I rolled a 16. So yeah, you lurch your cloth around it and tighten it, and through the water you hear. And now you're just constraining this thing as it's like wildly like trying to grab behind
Okay,
you.
so how much damage did I do?
Enough.
I'm gonna say just like 1 point of damage just by like the weight of it slapping its face, but you
Okay,
have
but like,
it
is it
constrained.
drowning yet?
Have you drowned a person? It takes a little
No.
while.
But like,
He's in the army.
so
You would
I don't
know.
have to roll for damage for anything?
No, I'm just saying like it's a 1 point of damage for the wet cloth just like
Takes
clamming
like
it
20
into the head.
minutes to drown somebody.
So can I cling to his head?
Yeah, I'll put it this way: around is 6 seconds.
So after
Right.
50 turns, yeah.
Right, so the thing is around his head. I'm just gonna say I tie it at the end so like it can't easily take it off.
I'm gonna say since he's fighting you, you can't really like tie it, but you
Okay.
can hold
Am
it.
I behind him or in front of him?
I'm gonna say you're behind him. You kind
Okay.
of went behind him to get it,
No,
or
no,
are you
I'd
trying
rather be from
something
behind
else?
because the thing's got arms.
So Fedwin would rather take him from behind.
That's what I heard.
I mean, yes. But he also has arms, and it's only arms for now.
Okay, so Bellini is your turn.
well, I'm still just witch bolting, but since I hit, I think I just do the 1d12 now.
do you have to roll to hit every time?
You have to maintain concentration, and you have to use either an action or a bonus action to cause the damage.
So I would be using my action then.
I think it's either an action or a bonus action.
On
not entirely
on hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning to the target automatically.
Oh, then yeah, just roll. Just roll.
That is 5.
5? Okay.
And I'm just glaring at it. I'm just like,
So-
I'm gonna get you, you weird.
Through the water, you're just hearing it scream in pain. Every so often, like, its little talons will get out from under the water before, like, Fedwin throws the cloth back underneath.
I also have a question.
You just hear, Pourquoi, garçon bleu et thames, pourquoi?
Lightning damage, which is electricity, and it has a cloth over its face.
That was my question.
What should it maybe do?
But also Fedwin is holding onto the cloth, so...
Okay, this is where it's your guys' call. Do you want Fedwin to take lightning
Yes.
damage,
What?
and he will take the extra, and the Spider-Man will take the extra damage as well, or do you want to negate that?
Hey, Fedwin, what's your health at?
Well, if I had to say in a numerical value, I'd say it's at 14.
I think
No,
Fedwin's
no,
got
no. I think
this.
this is going to count
Wait, what-
as, like,
Fedwin, what is your
essentially a
HP?
permanent rule
Your
if
maximum.
we pull a similar stunt in the future. adventurers.
Well, no,
so-
I will always
Yeah.
give you guys the decision. So
Okay.
this is where the party gets to decide. Do you want to deal the extra damage, but Fedwin's going to take it as well? So, like, you give me these scenarios. It's your call. I'll negate it and pretend that
Fedwin take just the extra damage?
just
or
the extra
whole-
damage.
I think that's okay.
I think Fedwin can.
So how do we do this extra damage?
Roll me an extra d6.
Holy shit.
6. Oh boy.
Hoping it's a
I got a
6, but also
3.
not.
Okay,
You know?
Fedwin, take 3 lightning damage, please. As he will
Okay.
also take 3 lightning damage.
Zappity doo dah.
Okay, but the suffocation move, perfect then. Also, is it blinded just because Fedwin's covering its face?
Yeah, like, it's just trying to get the cloth
Oh my
off
god.
its head.
Does that mean people get stabby better? They stab better?
They stab
So-
better, yes.
Does this mean that this magical... does this mean that Quebec is in another dimension?
It's in
Yes.
Spiderlands.
Alright, this thing is going to try and break your grasp. Fedwin, can you roll me a strength
Oh,
check,
it's
please?
D20 plus my strength?
Don't forget, he's baned.
Yes. D20 plus strength, yes.
8.
He's also baned, so he has to do
Minus
-4 when the
an
Spider-Man
E4.
does his thing.
What did you roll?
8.
Yeah, so this thing finally throws the cloth off, looks you dead in the eye, and like for a moment relaxes and goes, "Bite displace lagos."
Get your language out of my ass!
And to which now it is going to take the last action it can to try and just
Oh,
bite
fuck.
you. I rolled a nat 1.
But what's your AC?
It's also
So this thing throws a claw, but like slips on like I guess your cloth hit the ground, so his feet got tied up on it and just tumbles over and is now laying on the ground. And at this point, the cooks kind of see their opportunity to run and just kind of like scoot past you guys. And as they're out the door, they're like, "Sorry, place to be. We've got to cook. You understand?" And in the distance, as they're running, you hear, "Hope our ingredients are okay."
I'm munching on some cheese out of my pocket.
So Tom, if they run past us, do we get attacked?
No, because I'm considering them friendly.
Kill the cooks. Kill the cooks.
Well, they're not helping, so how friendly are they?
They never said alive or dead.
We found the cooks. Here are their corpses.
We found them this way. It says that you carved Theo was
Theo?
here into the chest. You found them this way?
It is your turn.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna go at it with my short sword.
All right. It is prone, so you will get advantage.
Bless up, which means sneak attack. 16 plus 6.
16 plus 6, that definitely hits.
All right. All right. So I got a 1 and a 3. So 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 damage.
So yeah, you strike down into this thing, and it just looks at you, and it's not even like speaking anything. It's just coughing up blood, throwing the very like French accented hand.
Just lighting up
This
a
is the
cigarette.
Italian.
Coughing.
It's slowly monologuing its life, but you can't understand a single word. And Polly, it is your turn.
I'm gonna attack it with my short
Yeah, and you have advantage.
17.
That definitely hits.
9.
9. So yeah, you looking at this thing as it's just like at this point more desperation in its face. It's trying to reach you from the ground as it's trying everything to live. You just quickly lunge your stab and you feel it kind of give, and you feel this creature tense really tight on your sword and then lax as it just deeps in further, and its last breath it just Basilides and just kind of coughs blood, laying dead on the ground. You have now
For
taken
my
back your
queen!
Finally beaten.
I am
Style
so
of-
hurt.
Victorious!
I would like to walk over to it, like do the closing its eyelids thing, which I assume is there's 8 of them, and like
You need to
No,
do
it's
it
just-
multiple times.
1, 2.
doing
It's
2
like,
eyes at a time.
bonsoir, mon chéri. And then I would like to grab its like spider mandibles and break them off, hoping that I now have 2 poison sticks.
Roll me.
Quick,
I'm gonna
slash
say
one
roll
of the cook with it,
survival.
Maybe we'll find out.
Nat 1.
Pretty sure if you fail, you get poisoned.
So yeah, You kind of grab its face, and you think the best way to approach this is just like a tooth wiggling it and pulling your direction. You like slip. They both prong into your temples, and you just take 1 point of damage.
I am at 3. Wait, but are they poisoned?
They are.
Ooh, I put them in my pocket. I'm like, worth it.
They're still attached to its face. It literally just like dead weight lunged at you as like you tried to yank them.
Can I try to like cut them off?
Roll survival.
Can I assist him with my dagger since I know how to use
Yes,
things?
you can roll survival at advantage.
All right, good.
So I got a 3 and a 4, but let me see what I add to survival. Because I just
7.
what do I add to that?
I think survival's wisdom.
Oh, so 5 then.
Sweet. So yeah, you are about to reach and grab again, and before you do, Theo, or Gregor as his alias is, grabs your shoulders and goes, "No, try with this," and hands you his dagger, and you go, "Huh, right," and just wildly swing at them. And now you've just got like 2 mandibled lobs. Like, they aren't usable for weapons. They are mangled and chipped. Like, you see the poison is leaking out from the bottom, so it's not even like you could poison something with these.
I wipe Theo or Gregor's dagger in it. I'm like, there you go, poison blade. Have fun.
Does that count as a poison blade?
If you were to use it right now, yes.
I stabbed
but,
Bellini.
I think I'm full dead.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
All right. But yeah, so that would eventually like drip off. It wouldn't be useful by the time unless you were to stab something on the way out type thing.
Yeah,
what about
I'm gonna
that guy
stab
was
that one guy we
unconscious?
tied up.
Actually?
Yeah, why not?
He's too dumb for this world.
He doesn't need to know what he's seen.
Polly is going to try to remove the vast amount of cobwebs from his home and realize they're very sticky.
Oh,
Yeah, like you're like moving your hands through various ones. You move a regular cobweb and it kind of sticks to your hand and you shake it off. What you can tell are the larger cobwebs, when you stick your hand on it, it actually like it's enough that put your foot down, put your shield on it, and like tear your hand away. Like if you were to get caught in this, it would have been terrible. It would have been very
You
dangerous.
gotta get like a broom or something, you know?
Hey,
Hey, Polly, can you help me grab the leg that's on the ceiling? That happens to be my leg.
I guess. Don't think I can live here anymore. Not sure how I can
I
get
mean,
all of
fire
these
would probably
spider
work.
webs
I have
out.
a fire.
I'm not setting my home on fire.
It's a cave. It's made of rock and dirt. It doesn't burn, really.
My belongings are here. I will have you know.
Well, don't you have to retrieve those anyways?
Under the cobwebs are like a very nice vanity, even like a sectional sofa and a small cot.
Where
Just
did you get all
covered
this
in
stuff?
You know, from around. Won't believe the kind of things people throw away.
There's a full suit of
Does
armor.
it
Not get cold not having a
Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna help Fedwin get his leg
Yeah, with,
down
like,
somehow.
Yeah, with some teamwork, you guys
Like,
eventually
yeah,
get
like-
it down, and you have your stump leg
I'm
back.
just-
Excellent. So he uses his gangrenous goo to kind of like be the adhesive. that
Natural
sticks the
glue.
leg back.
Yeah, you can tell that like when Fedwin lines it up, that maybe he knows what he's doing, and then you hear as this leg enters into the socket. There, he kind of just sticks his leg up, looks at it, uses his other leg to measure, and it's close enough to like, yeah, that's on.
Yeah, that feels about right. I usually feel the sting at my bones, so that's on good. Yeah.
Have you considered, getting any proper medical attention for that?
What's medical attention?
When someone sees that you're
See, back
ill.
in the tundra, back in the mountains, when you get an infection, it just freezes over, so nothing really progresses.
Right.
But it's been a long time since I've been in the tundra, and you could say that my wounds are thawing. So, my leg is starting to get infected to the point that I am slightly concerned, but, roll with the punches.
I could always take a look at it, if you would like.
Yeah, perhaps. I don't know how comfortable I am with you in the same room with my dear one neighbor thinking I've moved on so quickly.
Well, as you put it so kindly earlier, regarding your father and his interest in me. I'm sure she wouldn't think anything of that nature.
Well,
considering
I don't
my
know
age.
if she'd like to see you horsing around with me, so.
No, I suppose you're right.
You know what? If you do it in front of Naira and we completely explain the situation, I would appreciate the help with my leg.
Sure, I don't mind that at all.
Just explain to her that we are not horsing around, alright?
Of course, you know, I can do that.
Can I search the decapitated
The
body?
decapitated body?
Well, I'm about to decapitate it.
Yes.
You said there was
Yep.
another body.
Yep. So yeah, you finally pull him down with the leg, and you see it's the same clothing. You find long sword, a crossbow, bolts for it, and about 20 gold on him,
Oh.
as well as various papers, nothing of importance, some couple days worth of rations, and as well as a very familiar insignia on his pouch that is similar to what you saw when you were captured by the bandits.
Ooh. Okay, I grab especially the papers. I will have to pore over those to see if I can figure out what the fuck that is. And then I also grab like the
Maybe grab the
insignia
head,
and stuff.
too. Ask if someone
Gold
recognizes
is
them.
for sharing, you know.
Oh, yeah, I just throw everyone 5 gold coins. I'm like, there we go.
Sweet. All right. Do you guys want to loot anything else, or?
Let's burn this mother.
Fedwin would like to take the body of Tom Holland.
Offer it to your dad, or
Okay.
He's gonna take it back with him. Gonna take it to town.
Okay.
You keep calling it Tom Holland. Is that the name of this creature?
It's just someone I used to know.
Ah,
Had an odd fascination with spiders.
would you say he's a Spider-Man? Someone who's...
Yeah, something of sorts. Yeah.
Would you say he does whatever a spider can?
Well, he attempted to until he tried to go up a real high mountain and didn't come down because he couldn't stick to walls and he froze to death.
So he can't quite do everything a spider can.
No, he couldn't, but he thought he could. That's the spirit. Where Tom Holland had the spirit.
Okay. Is there anything in the cave that perhaps Polly would not miss if I took?
I can assure you, Polly does not own anything he wouldn't miss. And I'm sure he'll miss everything in the cave, even though it's about to be abandoned by him.
Are there any knickknacks in here?
There are tons of knickknacks.
Ooh.
Small figurines,
There are doodads
Can
and
I-
thingamabobs and
glass bottles
whatchamajiggies.
with like pickled things of various shapes
Any
and
like
sizes and
skeletons of any
origins.
kind?
Yep.
Like small animal skeletons?
That rusted suit of armor pre-mentioned, there was a skeleton inside that one. Assuming at some point Polly had a roommate.
I feel like the suit of armor was like lounging on the sofa, you know?
Out of curiosity, do sorcerers, like, are we at all good at Arcana stuff? Because I feel...
Well, that's the thing, is like sorcerers are known for bloodline, so it means you have a natural like connection to it. That doesn't mean you fully understand it.
Because I would like to do some kind of, like... Why was there a random magic thing in this cave all of a sudden? And I'm now starting to suspect that the various trinkets and artifacts in here, one of them might be a little bit, I don't know, magical or something to have drawn this creature
Can I
in.
take a
Why the hell was it
Is
here?
that cool?
Yeah, you take one whatchamajig.
Alright. Write that down. I'm gonna do it stealthily.
Do I see him take a whatchamajig?
Roll sleight of hand, and you roll a perception. If his sleight of hand is higher than your
Alright,
perception,
let's go
you didn't
with,
see it.
Let's go with the basic boy.
Did you get a nat 20?
That's gonna be a 23.
24.
No!
Oh!
Damn.
So as you're sneaking around and you see one thing that's not necessarily covered in a web that you can quickly pocket, you reach your hand out to grab it, and with a loud just
I don't think you'll be stealing from me, sir. What exactly did he take?
that's your call what it is. It's your
He
house.
took a small jar, which inside
Oh.
it is filled with wine and a cobra with a scorpion in its mouth.
That's so cool.
Interesting. Does it look like the one in your house?
Yes.
Can I do like a perception or something in this cave to see why the heck this random
No,
thing was
son.
here?
Sure, roll me a perception.
I suppose.
Or investigation.
After everything, you could have this.
Thank you, Polly. And I'm gonna give him 10 gold.
Ooh.
I got a 16 because I have a -1.
So as you're pondering around, you look, and something that was less seen than before, you glance on this creature's body hangs a small thin strap of leather with a ring hanging around its neck, and this ring is still flickering in and out.
Ooh, I want it. I take the ring. I don't even tell anyone about it. Actually, no, I do tell everyone about it. I'm like, hey, there's a random ring. Looks really cheap. I don't think you guys want it. And then I put it in my pocket.
That
Like,
seems,
know,
I'm gonna
I
roll an
love
insight check.
rings.
That seems so suspicious.
I must see it. I wonder if it could go with my collection.
no, it's fine. I deception 100%.
Perhaps I can appraise it for you.
Oh, fuck. I got 5 plus 6, so 11. I got 11.
Are we rolling insight?
We have to roll insight.
You guys have to roll
All right,
insight.
come on, baby.
Higher than 11.
17.
14.
Everyone understands that was weird.
15.
Through your teeth,
18.
you are lying. Everyone knows it. Yeah, not a single person believed
son,
you for a
we're
second.
much too
All right.
excited about that. I insist you show it to all of
All right.
us.
I hold up like just a shitty
like
ring
it.
that I also had in my pocket, like a whole other ring.
I feel like he pulled
Yep,
out like the
this is
wrong
it.
Roll
pocket
deception.
too. Like we're like,
No.
Yeah, like I put it in my left pocket. I pulled this out of my right.
Roll sleight of hand. Everyone else roll deception or perception.
So I got a 4, but I
I
I
added
have
3.
a 4, but I have a +5, so 9.
I rolled a 17.
Damn it!
13 plus 4.
17.
Fine, I pull out the real one. I'm like, all right, everyone look at it. It looks cool and I want
It
it.
looks magical.
So as you're looking at it, does anyone want to roll me history or religion?
Ooh.
Polly, you'll get advantage.
I'm gonna do religion.
I will also do.
You know what? I'll give Polly help.
I got an 8.
Oh, nat 20! 21
I got
for religion.
Oh. So, alright, so Fedwin, as you grab this ring and you look at it, you remember from a scribble on the corner of the only book in your library was this symbol. And when you saw this symbol, you remembered you asked your mom about it. And when you asked your mom about it after she went on this long tangent, you learned that she learned about that symbol from her tales with the Blue Man, and how this ring is one of the rings that was Singed to Raven Queen's inner court. This was something that was talked about. The Blue Man called other worlds as a way to connect all the different worlds into one timeline.
Alright, everyone, I have something to tell you. I've seen this symbol.
I put it on.
You put
No, I don't. I don't.
when you put it on,
I'm
nothing
like,
happens.
Mates, I've seen this symbol on this ring before. It was scribbled onto the animal fornication book, if you'll remember. That was the one book in our library.
Of course.
And I asked my mom about it. I said, Mom, this has nothing to do about sex with animals. What is this symbol? And she said, Fedwin, the Blue Man. She says, this is part of the story of the Blue Man. About different worlds. And something Raven Circle. I don't really remember what she said. You know,
She
half the
said
time
something
I was
about
just
a raven.
something about a raven, something. But my point
Perhaps
is different worlds.
A raven queen.
Perhaps. My memory's a bit fuzzy.
Huh.
Yeah.
And this story jogs your memory enough to know that apparently at one point the Raven Queen connected all of the various different worlds together, but a band of adventurers disconnected that because it endangered all of the people in Mysteria's plane.
I see.
I have something to share with you all. See, my patron happens to be the Raven Queen. Mustn't tell anyone, but she's been very kind to me, and it's the reason I'm so nice to you lot. So, you know,
I thought you were just confused.
you spend like 80% of the time just screaming at us.
that was very rude and disrespectful and very uncalled for. Now listen here. To one point, the Raven Queen, long before my time, you see, she connected various worlds of some kind, of which were one, and she did this using this ring, or maybe more rings. It's a little unclear, but a ring was definitely involved. I think it might be this one.
I'm like walking out of the cave as I hear her trying to go into like lore and explanation. I've lost interest entirely, and I'm just walking out.
Polly is a he, so
Bon,
get your
damn.
pronouns
Oh, sorry,
right.
he. My bad. I apologize deep
Anyway,
I was wrong. It's difficult.
Polly,
Thank you for
Polly, would
correcting
this
me.
have anything to do with this disappearing blue man in the mountains?
You know, I think it might, but
You see, he was oddly large, and he was blue, and
your father,
he
right?
left a hole in my mom the size of 40 fists. Those
You.
legs were 180 degrees apart
You know,
by the
Hedwig,
end of it.
I am more horrified with every story that you tell about your childhood than I was previously. So, I'm not sure, but perhaps.
Well, I'm just very interested in what you have to say about this Raven Queen, about different worlds.
Well, that's all I really remember. She hasn't told me much about it since we first met.
Yeah, all of this was stuff that like was completely disregarded. It seemed like fairy tale because even you, being as old as 600 years old, have never seen a creature anything like this. There's even the belief of this blue man was widely known as just some kind of conspiracy. No one believed it except for obviously Fedwin. All of this knowledge
And his
is just
mom.
like, and yes,
Should we bring the body of this thing?
yeah, that's the thing that's weird about it, though, is even though you've taken the ring off, this creature is dead, and it's not flickering anymore. It's here. Whatever, it's physically here.
Is the ring still
The
flickering?
ring is flickering in and out. Not in the sense of it's disappearing, but more so, like, different chunks of it are, like, coming back and forth as it's almost puzzle piecing.
Okay, and having it on my ring on my finger didn't do anything to me?
No.
I'd say give it
'Cause this is
to
the dopest
Polly,
ring ever,
though,
I'm putting
'cause
it on.
if there's a connection with the Raven Queen there, then...
Ah, fine. It is a little bit big for my tiny little
Yeah,
hands.
like,
I
it,
just, like,
even as a
quarter toss it
even as a bracelet, there's still slack.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, old man, here, give it for your god or something. Can we go? Can we bring the body?
All right, let's go.
Fedwin picks up Tom Holland, and they leave the cave.
Are the cooks and the unconscious guy still out there?
The unconscious guy is now currently stabbed
And poisoned. Little...
and poisoned. He is tied up with just a green ooze dripping out of a fresh cut wound.
I made sure to avoid any, like, major arteries, but enough to make sure the poison would get induced into his bloodstream, so yeah.
Yeah.
I whistle for animals to feed on him. I'm like, come on, birds, dogs, whatever. It's dinner time. All right, let's head out.
All right, so yeah, you guys head back, and by the time you get back, it's been like a good hour or so since the cooks had left, and you see they're finally getting that cart kind of back together. They've
Out of
managed
cheese.
to like jerry-rig a wheel so that they can get home.
I'm like munching on the cheese again, hoping that they don't
Yeah,
notice.
so as you walk out through the brush, you see them fixing the wheel, and they're now like pulling the cart themselves, but only being able to use the underlip of the carriage coach itself because you guys took the actual like post that they could pull for a crutch.
No.
Can we use like rope?
Yeah.
I'm out in the front, just trying my very best to
Is the
pull up.
ground dry enough to skateboard with the cart?
That's actually something you notice. The rain, for the first time in over a week, has started to subside. Not to the point where it's stopping. It's been heavy rainfall and thick wind for weeks, and it's more of just a drizzle, if anything, now.
What a
I'm
fantastic
still just pulling
coincidence. Let's make no note of this.
I couldn't agree more.
Note of what?
Weather's quite nice, actually.
Polly, since you seem to have so much forgotten knowledge about the world, do you mind if I stick around with you?
No problem, lad. I suppose I can't be going back to that cave. Especially not if those spiders return. That would be quite terrible.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I'd love to keep you in my company, and perhaps one day you can help me find that rapist bastard.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Can I be talking up with the chefs and be like, yeah, those animals in the forest must have just eaten all your ingredients. Crazy.
Can you roll me deception, please? At disadvantage, since you said you've been eating the cheese.
So I rolled a 16 and a 17, and I add 6 to that.
I rolled an 11, so as they're like pulling the cart and you're pulling it, still pulling cheese out of your pocket, doing your very best.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, wild things happen when you leave such fine ingredients alone.
That is
It's a
true.
darn
Handing
shame.
out snacks to everyone.
As they're like, you hand them a block of cheese, they bite it. They're like, man, I was gonna use this for the cook-off in 2 days, but well, would I be able to buy that block off you? Be able to?
Absolutely. Uh-huh.
All right,
How much you got?
I'll give you I bought it from the market for 4 gold. I'll give you 8 gold since it's such short notice.
I mean, I bought it for 10 gold, so...
Sounds like you overpaid drastically for that cheese.
I don't understand how good cheese is, so...
So the reason I'm asking for this is that such a price is, first off, he really ripped you off, lad. That's a darn shame, but you've eaten most of the cheese. I'm just trying to buy what's left.
Yeah. Alright, deal at 8...
And so this man pulls out, like, you hear there's not much weight to this coin pouch, and he pulls out whatever he has left and, like, hands it to you. You hear maybe, like, 3 or 4 gold clink together when he puts the pouch back on his belt.
Oh, I feel bad now. I feel bad now. I
tried to
hide
steal
it
the pouch.
in the cart somewhere. I hide the 8 gold.
Listen, I need the gold, man.
I motion to Gregor. I'm like, it's chill. I don't really need gold for much. Help me with this thing in Cherrytown, and I'll
Alright.
give you whatever money you want.
I no longer try to steal
You're
the
going
gold.
to
So,
Cherry
yeah.
Town for that smiley person you were looking for.
Grinny, yeah, I was just gonna go to the village, pick up some gold, and maybe catch a couple Z's, but I got business now in
I see.
Cherrytown.
Well, I'll be following you then, I guess. Bellini, right?
Yep. What's your name again?
People call me Gregor. My real name is Theo.
What would you
Well.
prefer?
Lied to us about your name, did ya?
Well,
Short
Theo's
for
actually
Theodore?
short for Theophrastus Bombastus von Hohenheim.
What line?
One more time, sorry.
Theophrastus Bombastus von Hohenheim.
I would love to do an insight check to see if he's fucking with us.
Sure, yeah, roll anything.
That's what is it? 14.
Tell him the truth.
That is
Oh no,
Theo's
sorry.
name.
That's 16. I thought
That is Theo's name through and through.
I'm deeply impressed. I'm like, oh boy, wow, that's a lot of syllables. And like, do you sign it like that? You know what? We'll catch up on the road. We'll figure this out on the road.
And so as you're traveling back, you see that even the rain's starting to lighten up. It's still raining, but for the first time in over 2 weeks, sunlight is actually being able to break its way through. Though right now, I guess it'd be the night sky is able to break its way through. As you get back to the bar, the mayor is still frantically signing, and he looks up.
Boy, you brought back the... Oh my lord, you found the cooks. Where were they?
They were in my cave. I told you it was my cave.
Well, no matter whose cave it was, I'm glad they were safe.
And he sees that a lot of you are, like, bloody to beat, and he goes,
Oh, no, were there... So, how many bandits were there? Are you okay?
Just the 2 of them. And, the spiders.
Completely ignoring what the mayor is asking, Fedwin just drops the Tom Holland in front of him.
But
and as you land it down, you watch him just go pale in the face, like, looking like he's about to puke, just...
I've never seen anything... What?
That is an original, a real, and it used to be breathing, Tom Holland.
A Tom Holland? What?
Yeah.
I've never heard of a Tom Holland.
Freaky creatures, I tell you what. They have an army of spiders, and that's what actually ensnared your cooks.
And you were able to defeat this and tell the tale?
Yes.
Well,
It would appear
Yeah.
that way, yes.
Well,
I took my leg.
I can't believe this. This is... Wow!
And he faints.
Well,
I take out some charcoal and draw a mustache on his face.
He now has a mustache on top of his already crowded mustache.
Ha, you just got punked.
I'd like to go give it a little shake to wake him back up.
it kills his gold.
Yes. Oh,
Are you
Mr.
alright? I do believe I described this exact creature to you, and none of you took me seriously.
well, no, well, our mistake. We just thought, we'd never heard of such a thing.
Well,
Well, a deal is a
I
deal.
showed all of you now, didn't I?
Before he hands over any gold, I'm like, yes, you've deeply disrespected our dear friend here. I think you owe more financial or more gold for such deep disrespect.
Roll persuasion.
I would like to assist by coughing up blood.
Okay, so I
At advantage then?
got 2 12s, but I had 6, so 18.
Well, I suppose you're right. Sir, I'm sorry, and
He like has a small pouch of gold, and you see him clink in another like 5 gold and sets it down in front of you and goes,
well, I'll also buy you a round. How does that sound? I don't want to be dismissive of you.
That'll do. Sounds like a plan, chap.
Perfect. Natalie,
and you see the woman from behind the bar come out, and
buy them all around, please. And
she pours out all the ale, sets them all down in front of you, and that it just there is now a corpse laying on the table. She kind like it's now the
Can I do
elephant in
shots
the
out of its belly
room
button?
that no one.
We do shots out of the belly button, yeah.
I'll take
Sure.
my shots like a normal person.
So out of the belly
Yeah,
button,
like-
then, right?
Where's the belly button?
like a
on
normal
this thing?
person.
Yeah.
And so Natalie like hands you your ale and goes, "Here you go, lass. Lad, I know that you never got to finish your other one, so here, enjoy this." And you just scoop it up quickly and pour it in this thing's belly button, and just like start chugging it. And she's like, "Well, please don't leave a mess. I don't know how to clean that up." And she like, just confused at it, just walks away like back into the kitchen.
Hey, Knit. Knit. I heard your name was Knit.
Oh yeah. So she comes back out. "Oh, did I forget something, love?"
Yeah, no, I'm not one big for alcohol. Do you have any grinds to take home for the missus? Well,
Grinds,
ex-missus.
we've got-
And any yak's milk?
Well, we don't have yak's milk. We've got just the cows that we have outside. But in terms of grains, and she pulls out this like very nicely cooked, perfect loaf of bread. This is the finest bread. I made it this morning. We always make it fresh. This one's on the house for saving the
Fantastic.
festival.
Thanks, Knit. You've really saved the day. She's gonna love it. Thank you. Bye.
Do you want any butter? It goes great with this cheese. One of the cooks.
Bye.
Oh, right. And she goes back into the kitchen and starts cleaning up
So
for
Tom,
the
let me
night.
just get this straight. You're saying that Natalie, a woman, belongs in the kitchen.
She's the owner of the bar.
I'm sure she's got some, like, reason to be in there, like, talk to the chef or something. I would like to go to Theo for a second and just say, hey, okay, I want to give the cooks whatever food I still have back to them because they have, like, a whole competition still, and I kind of feel bad, but I also don't want to get in trouble for it. Can you help me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. And then I guess we just like, sneak it back into
Yeah,
their
that's what we're
stuff
gonna do.
without them noticing.
Oh, we can use like mage
Cool.
hands to like float it back in.
All right, and so with that capered heist, this is where I'm going to wrap up the session.
Okay, and I'd just like to say that Fedwin's not on the bar and he's gone back to 404.